clinical applications of polyvagal theory was a really lovely adventure with Steve to bring this to life. And it was the beginning of what Steve and I began to call our polyvagal family. Steve would find a chapter contributor and he would send me the name and the contact and say, here's another member for our polyvagal family. So the authors, the chapter authors in that book are really the beginnings of that polyvagal family, which has now grown into a worldwide polyvagal community. So what you'll find in the clinical applications book is people who have really dedicated their work to all sorts of different populations and are working from a polyvagal informed perspective, even though they perhaps had not languaged it in that way. And so as we connected and invited them to write chapters, we then began to help them use the polyvagal language and bring polyvagal theory alive in the work that they were doing. And you'll find people from, all sorts of therapeutic modalities and therapeutic populations. There's a veterinarian, there's a neonatologist, there's people who work with energy psychology, people who work in organizations, all sorts of people who are really bringing polyvagal theory alive in very different ways and very powerful ways. So as you read it, you'll get to see the different ways that polyvagal theory finds its way into all sorts of daily living. My chapter, I wrote a personal chapter on, my husband's and my journey through post-stroke recovery through a polyvagal lens, and it was both difficult and wonderful to write. And you'll find in this book the chapter authors really have put themselves into their writing.